Yes, we can.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, clearly.
All right. So, first of all, thank you for having me. I'll just do like a little introduction. I mean, we'll try to keep the class as short as possible. Yeah. So, I'll just like try to explain it in a way that I feel will be easy to understand, and just do that in the shortest time as possible. So I'll just start with like a quick intro. So my name is George Izudeka. I mean Ikechukwu George Izudeka, and I'm the founder of Techijaunt. And basically, Techijaunt is a community of tech enthusiasts. So basically, what we do at Techijaunt is we onboard individuals into the tech space through various ways, like educating them on several emerging technology like crypto, blockchain, AI, and the likes. And we also help build them up to learn several tech skills, product management, front end, back end development, blockchain development, UI and UX, cybersecurity, and the like. So basically, we train people on several skills. We have a community of over 50,000 individuals already, and yeah, basically that's more about Techie Jones. And I'm also a business development executive at Quidax, and Quidax is a cryptocurrency exchange focused in Africa. Yeah. Help individuals to buy and sell crypto with fiat currency, that's Naira. So if you have Naira and you're looking at buying crypto, you can do that on Quidax, or if you want to withdraw crypto, you can do that via Quidax. Yeah, withdraw it to your local bank and the likes. So now to the topic for today. I mean, it's just like very brief topic. What is forking and what are altcoins? So moving on. So what we're going to be learning in this short time will just be to educate on forking, to clarify the role of altcoin, to show the connection between forks and altcoin, and to provide examples for better understanding, basically to help users make informed decision. So now to the topic, forking in cryptocurrency. So I'll just read it and then I'll basically explain. So a fork in cryptocurrency refers to a change or update in the blockchain protocol. So it happens when developers modify the rules of a blockchain network, leading to a split in the chain. Forks can occur for several reasons, such as fixing security issues, adding new feature, or addressing disagreements in the community. I mean, when when I saw this term forking, I was like, "Wow, interesting. Let me learn more about that." Was that name basically? I think it was back then when I was like taking a quiz on crypto and I saw the name. I was like, "Ah, what is this?" And I had to kind learn more about it. And basically, it just mean like updating a particular cryptocurrency. So pretty much like maybe adding new feature, maybe when there's like security issues and the likes. So the developers and the cryptocurrency team basically just come together to update the cryptocurrency. Yeah, so basically that's just it in simple terms. So there are two main types of forks, soft fork and hard fork. Yeah, and soft fork basically is a minor update where the new rules remain compatible with the old rules. Everyone can still use the same blockchain. So that's why it's called soft. Yeah. So this is just when there's like minor updates that can be easily like updated, can be easily worked on. Yeah. And the community, that's the team, basically their core community and people that actually uh, make decisions, yeah, can come together and decide that, okay, this is a problem, let's solve this. And all of them agrees and then they just update and the likes. And then hard is when there is like a major split where the new version is no longer compatible with the old one. So this is basically like Bitcoin. I mean, everyone here is familiar with Bitcoin, and there's Bitcoin Cash. I don't know if you have heard of Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is basically a fork from Bitcoin, yeah. And the main reason why Bitcoin Cash was made was because of the transaction speed and the likes. So I think Bitcoin has about 4 MB or whatever, like I think 4 MB, 2 MB or so, and Bitcoin cannot do so many transactions at a time. And that's when you start hearing network congestion, and the likes. And because of miners, miners need to make money. Yeah. So when they are working on all these transactions, solving cryptographic puzzles and the likes, they will tend to follow the, let's say, network fees, the highest network fees here. So they tend to solve that problem first before even coming to you that have like small network fees. So that's why sometimes maybe if you are doing dig-end trading on all these things, you see that sometimes you need to add more network fees to be able to trade faster and the likes. I mean, back then when Trump like released this token and everyone was trying to buy. I mean, I used Phantom and one other wallet like that, and were trying to buy very fast, but the network was congested. Like I had to increase the network feed I was using by slippage by but still I was not able to sell as fast as possible. So basically for Bitcoin, that's a similar scenario. So when the network is congested, transaction cannot happen as fast as possible, and that was like a big problem. So it brought about disagreements. Yeah. So Bitcoin Cash had to come and like create split basically from Bitcoin to form their own cryptocurrency that basically now solves that problem. So basically, that's majorly the difference between soft fork and hard fork. So why do forks happen? Yeah. So basically, several reasons for this will be software upgrade. So this is where developers may introduce new features or security improvements. Also, also disagreement in the community. Um, if the miners, developers, or users disagree on changes, basically maybe when there is some comment, okay, we need to change this. I don't think it's necessary for us to change it, and then there is a lot of disagreement. So a particular team can just say, okay, let's split and go and do this, go and solve this problem. And also bug fixes or security patches. Maybe when there are some problems and security patches, then they'll need to like fork the cryptocurrency to update these issues, and also scalability improvement. So basically, that was the problem with Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is still doing a lot in growth here, because I mean that's like the first cryptocurrency, and a lot of people have they trust it so much, so it couldn't really stop the scale of Bitcoin. I don't know if you guys are still with me here. If you can still hear me, just say yeah, you can hear me, so I can move on.
Yeah, we can hear you. The rest of the class is muted.
Okay, okay. All right. So probably maybe if you have any question, you can just drop it in the chat, and after going over, I'll just respond to that. So moving on, I think we're coming to the end. So just to give like a real world use case to basically just make you understand like what forking is, so that after this class we are clear on this. So basically, imagine a group of developers. So just imagine people come together and they are working on a project, yeah. And some people want to add like new features. So let's say, for example, they are working on, let's use Candleweb, for example, and some part of their team members want to add new features, and but others disagree. Okay, no, we want this particular feature. We don't need that feature. It's not necessary, and they can't reach an agreement here. So one group basically continues with the original project, and then the other creates like a separate version with their changes. So basically, this like in more sense, this is like hard fork. Yeah, so they really just break out and split and create their own version, their own cryptocurrency and the likes. So in crypto, this just means the original blockchain continues as it was, and the new blockchain starts from the same history but follows the new rules. Yeah. So basically, that's just like the entirety of what fucking is. So I didn't really want to go so deep to not get us confused. So just try to do level-headed conversation so that we can just basically understand. So the term altcoin stands for alternative coin. So it refers to any cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. So alternative coin, altcoin refers to alternative coin. Any cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. So I mean, when I started crypto, I think when I became very active in the crypto space, it was during, I think Bitcoin was around, I think it was like, is it 5K to thereabout? And I think I bought some, and then there was this dump, Bitcoin dumped, and I sold. Yeah. So I think that was the last time I actually bought Bitcoin. Majorly because as at then I didn't really have like a lot of money to invest. I mean, when I have like 5K, is it Bitcoin I'll come and put all my money in. So as at then, I was like, sometimes I think about it now, I'm like, I would have just put that money, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm not where I was, yeah. And putting that money, I don't even have up to like I don't even have up to like the 5K to like really put in Bitcoin and just wait for how many years to see it grow. And then I didn't really believe so much in all these things. I was just trying to explore. So what I did basically was I started with like an altcoin, which it was Ethereum. So Ethereum is like an alternative coin, and I got involved in their ecosystem. I think thereabout there was this million money for search, those conversations, and I got involved with the ecosystem. And majorly it was Ethereum that made me very much interested in crypto because I made so much profit in a short time. I mean, there was this drastic growth that Ethereum was driving. Yeah, I mean, then was it not? Is it, you know, when it was 34,000 to 5,000 thereabout, but there was this like growth that was just scaling, and I think I sold off when it was around I don't know, I think is it $2,000 or thereabout. I don't know, around that. So I basically sold off and made so much money for it. So that was I was very interested in the space, and I started reading the how like why my money grew this much. So that was how I entered into the space. So basically, if maybe you have let's say 5K now, and you just go and buy Bitcoin is at I think the last time I don't know is it 98 to $97,000. You go and buy 5K worth of Bitcoin and put it in your wallet and the likes and wait and stuff. It might not really bring you profit. Yeah, because I mean if Bitcoin do so well, like let's say Bitcoin grew to like 150, you might not really even see so much profit there because I mean your investment is low. Yeah, so most people will be very much interested in like buying coins because coins like Ethereum, Solana are one of my greatest wins in the crypto space. Ethereum, Solana, like buying those coins when they were down and seeing the amount of revenue I was able to generate from these two coins was like really outrageous. So majorly sometimes you need to focus on low cap coins. Basically coins that are not really don't really have such high cap like if maybe you know how to do this market cap calculation and the likes, you can probably maybe just go to YouTube and find out. Or I don't know if it has already been treated here, but yeah, you could just go to YouTube and find out how to like do this market cap and how to predict the volume that this coin will have to hit before you see a certain amount of revenue. Sometimes when you do like calculation, let's say you want to buy Dodge and all, and you do some calculation and you see that if for you to reach this particular amount of um profit or revenue, you need to like Doge market cap will have to pass Bitcoin. Then you might say, how true can this be? Like how we Doge pass Bitcoin. You understand? Then you now have to think and say, I don't think this is a wise investment. So maybe you might now need, if you now want to reduce your profit, okay, say, okay, this is like a realistic profit and all. So you can bag it. So basically, altcoins are just alternative coins that uh, other people use rather than Bitcoin, the big boy. You could just buy other coins. I listed some here for your peruse. So moving on, types of altcoins. So basically, they are stable coins. Basically, when crypto, like the influence of crypto, like volatility. Yeah, I mean, crypto is still very volatile. You see Bitcoin just dancing from 103, coming down to 97, just dancing. You see Ethereum slowly turning into stable coin, but it's still dancing. You see it at $3,200, then it drops to like 2,900, just dancing in that way. That everything you see someone buy meme coin and you turn back, the coin have dumped. So the market is just very volatile, and we needed like a stable coin to be able to hold crypto, to be able to hold or save particular amount of money using this stable coin. So that's when USDT and USDC was formed, so that you can be able to buy this stablecoin asset to hold them, and then you can now use them to probably buy any cryptocurrency of your choice or withdraw it to your local bank and do whatever you want to do with it. So typically, stablecoins are coins pegged to stable assets like the US dollar to reduce volatility. So also utility tokens. So if you have used let's say platforms like Binance, you'll see BNB. So basically, the Binance have this utility token called BNB, where sometimes when you are trading in Binance, they kind of like do discounts if you have if you use BNB to like make some of these trades. There are just several discounts that they give, or probably maybe if you are using Quidax, there is what is called QDX token. There's also like a utility token that you use to perform some like get some specific function or discount and the likes in the company ecosystem. So these are some of utility tokens that you can explore. So um, meme coins are created for fun or as a joke, or sometimes just created. Yeah, maybe there's a reason for that, and but this coin eventually started gaining a lot of attention and value because of how Doge, how Shiba Inu really did so well, and got so high in like markets in the current, yeah, market cap and the likes. So I mean, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu are very interesting projects here, and the major reason why they did so well is because of community. Yeah. So basically, if a coin or if a token or a coin will just come together and they create a particular cryptocurrency, and there is so much belief in that project, and the community are passionate about it, and they are very much interested in seeing that project grow, that project will definitely grow. So that's one good thing about how community centric the blockchain space basically is. So moving on, security tokens represent ownership in a company or assets. So basically, security token can just be like tokenized stocks. If probably we know more of tokenization of real life assets, where properties are broken down into, let's say, cryptocurrencies. Yeah, they break down these tokens into cryptocurrencies, and then anyone that purchased this cryptocurrency have like some bits from the ownership of the, let's say, property. For example, let's just say Shoprite. So Shoprite issue tokens out, and anyone that purchase any of these tokens gets like a particular, let's say, percentage or whatever from the whole Shoprite ecosystem. So that can just be described as security tokens. And then governance tokens, so allow holders to vote on changes in a project. So I mean, there are some, just like Uniswap. When Uniswap came about, when it was basically still new, there was this airdrop that they did, and it was majorly people that kind of did something in the exchange. Yeah, maybe they kind of traded or one or two things in the exchange. So depending on how huge or how big your the amount you traded in the exchange basically is, the higher the amount that they gave you or they gives you as like airdrop. So that's majorly more about governance token. So uh, having a particular percentage or particular amount of Uniswap tokens, you have like a say in the ecosystem basically. So say the higher the amount you hold, the higher your voting power. So this basically depends on the framework that the token basically sets for its users. Some might say, okay, if you have um, if you have higher Uniswap token, you have higher voting power or voting rights in the ecosystem. So that's basically more about governance token. So why do altcoin exist? So altcoin basically exists for faster transactions. I mean, Solana came and did a very good job. Even Litecoin, I don't know. I've never really used Litecoin. I think I bought Litecoin during my very early days, but I've never really used it much. But yeah, Litecoin has really good um, transaction, smart contract. Like I said earlier, one thing that got me attracted to Ethereum was the whole smart contract stuff. Um, uh, then it was all about um what they call this now, for Sarge, Million Money, and the like, all those smart contracts, and it got a lot of people interested in. I think Tron even started doing their own at the time, and also Cardano and the like. So also privacy focused transaction. I mean, one key thing about Bitcoin is that if you can really just see all the transaction in a particular person wallet here, all those things are open, so you can just go and you literally see those transactions. But some tokens came about to protect individuals, just like so that individuals will not be able to see those transactions. So these are like privacy focused transactions, just like Monero and Zcash. So yeah, that's like the end of my chit um chit chat. Yeah. So thank you so much, and I don't know if you have any question for me.
Thank you so much, George. Thank you so much, George, for the lecture. Sorry, I was supposed to actually introduce you, but at the time, I think I was struggling with my microphone settings. So, well, yeah, I think you did a great job introducing yourself. It's good to have you here. So, if anyone has any questions, please, you guys should ask the question in the chat, in the in-app chat. But I think personally, I have a question. I don't know if anyone else here has the same question. But you mentioned utility tokens, and then you mentioned BNB. I think just for the sake of clarity, can you explain what makes a token a utility token? If you could explain that, and so we'd have better knowledge of what a utility token is and what it isn't. Isaac, please unmute George. Yes, Easy Trend is a recorded lecture. Apparently, you joined a little bit late. Isaac, please, would need you to unmute George. Yes, right. After Amaka disappointed John and Isaac during our first lecture, Isaac did not learn. He's still with Amaka. I'm coming, George. Let me quickly see what's going on with Isaac. Oh, is it trend? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So which one is today going to be about? Is it donuts? Is it going to be Isaac and Amaka? And then rice and stew? Somebody said rice and stew. I think we'll probably put this to a vote. So I just got word from Isaac. He's having some network challenges, but he's trying to switch um, network now. So he should be able to unmute George very soon. Is it trend? I see you're raising your hand. George, I think you can unmute yourself now.
Yeah. So thank you for the question. Yeah. So basically, I think it was about utility token. So utility tokens are like digital assets. Yeah, just like cryptocurrencies that allow users to like access specific services or products within a blockchain-based ecosystem. So let's say, for example, ShopRite. I just like using ShopRite. Yeah, so ShopRite just basically creates like a particular uh, cryptocurrency or token, yeah, and they say um, anyone who has um, ShopRite tokens can get discounted access to like buy stuffs. Yeah, so it's just any blockchain based like ecosystem, like a blockchain based ecosystem, any cryptocurrencies that allow you to do something and probably get discounts, have advantage to like specific services within that ecosystem. Uh Basically, yeah. So I give example of ShopRite. So if they create their own cryptocurrency and see if you purchase this cryptocurrency, you can be able to use this cryptocurrency to do this, use the cryptocurrency to do this. It's just like points or at the likes. Or let's say this travel agency, Travel Better, for example, Travel Better creates their own utility tokens and say that's why it's called utility. So basically just like use case for the blockchain ecosystem. So say if you buy this token, you can be able to um, get discounts to like travel to different parts of um, the world or whatever. So that's just basically the utility token gives use case to a blockchain ecosystem and the likes. So that's just like the meaning in simple terms.
Oh, okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. So that means the utility just means that you have a utility for the token aside from just trading it. You have a
Yes.
use for it.
You have a
Cool.
use, yeah, the token, yeah. So
Okay,
I
cool.
saw
Awesome.
MS Priska saying $5K or naira. Please, it's $5K. So which one is 5K naira big? It's $5K. So just to put that out there. And I
If you
also
are,
saw a question about um I think explaining more about hard fork. So like I said, hard fork is just like uh updating, not let us say updating now, but just breaking out of a particular cryptocurrency. So I gave an example of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, basically they are the same, they're like in the Bitcoin community. Yeah. And one problem Bitcoin currently like have is a lot of people cannot transact at the same time. So there was a lot of concern that Bitcoin will not be able to scale because a lot of people cannot transact at the same time. Every time the blockchain is always congested. So you cannot really make transactions, you cannot buy and sell with ease. There's a lot of congestion. And then this now affects network fees. Network fees start increasing. Yeah. So Bitcoin Cash was like a fork out of Bitcoin. So they came out of Bitcoin to create their own Bitcoin Cash to solve that specific problem. So now, if you use Bitcoin Cash, you can now do so much transaction at a given time frame without having to battle with network congestion. So it's just like a cryptocurrency breaking out of another cryptocurrency, probably to solve problems that that particular cryptocurrency has. So majorly Ethereum, I think they are facing this issue because Ethereum network fee is like crazy. So a lot of their community members, they are really complaining, and everyone is now going slowly to Solana. Yeah, everyone is moving to Solana. So there have been a lot of conversation around breaking out from Ethereum to go form this, and I think that was even when the whole Solana and all of these projects came out, because they are now breaking out of Ethereum to form their own crypto project that solves those problems. So I think that's the answer to that question. So I don't know if there's any other question.
Yeah, I think to add a little bit to what um, George said. So it's more like, let's say you have two exercise books, right? So you know you have that long sheet, the longer one, and then you have the shorter one. So let's say you've been writing on the short one for a while. That's what you've been writing, taking your notes and all of that, and then you tear out a particular sheet from the short one and then glue it to the longer one, right? I think that's what George is just trying to explain, right? Whereby the one that you've attached to the longer one is still short sleeve, like it's still short, right? But then it has been attached to a different notebook that is now longer, right? So that's more like you removing one from the other, and then it just continues on the other chain and all of that. So I still have a lot of hands raised. I see David Obaje. David Obaje. Okay. I guess you have a question, so I'll unmute you or ask you to unmute yourself so you can ask your question. George, if you're done, I think you can stop sharing your screen.
All right, no problem.
So, David, I've
All right, thank you very
unmuted you,
much.
so you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
All right, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, David, you're audible.
Thank you, everyone. I just wanted Mr. Judd I wanted to know his opinion about Pi, this PyCon that is about to launch on the 20th. So I want to know if it's something realistic. The project has been on for about 6 years now. People have been mining and people have been adamant if it's going to if it's something that's going to turn out good, like, how will I put it? Like, when it's going to launch, there's been speculations about the price and everything. So I just want to hear your opinion about it. Thank you.
All right, so about Pi, I actually do have like a lot of Pi, and I've been mining Pi for like years now. So I do have like a lot of Pi, and like done all the KYC and everything. So like my Pi is like ready, and majorly now I think Pi is now very liquid. Yeah, there's a lot of individuals that their focus is just buying and selling Pi. Yeah, so Pi is now very liquid, and me, I do not still sell my own. I mean, if I sell my Pi, I think I might be getting like a million plus. But honestly, I was like, is it a million plus I'll get for coming to this app almost every day to click um mine? Yeah, and also like inviting a couple of my friends to like mine Pi. So I did not sell. Yeah, and I'm still basically holding. So for me, I'm bullish on Pi, and I saw some conversation about Pi getting launched on OKX, and I've not even really even checked um how true that news basically is. I'm not like vetted, gone to like OKX Twitter to like vet the news and all, because every time you see that news, Pi is getting listed on Binance, Pi is doing that. Every time you see those kind of news, yeah. But I've not really vetted how true this one is. But for me now, Pi is liquid. So that's one good thing about it now. It's very much liquid, so you can sell it. Yeah. But it's not yet on exchange. So majorly it's just P2P. You just tell your guy alpha, run me Pi, stuff like that. So that's just it. I'm bully, but me, I'm not really like a if Pi don't work out, I will die. Yeah. I mean, I did not put anything into Pi. I was just coming to the app to click. But I'm just like, if I cannot make so much money from this Pi, then I rather not make any money at all. So that's just my ticket. So I'm bullish on it and stuff like that. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that response. So I see that Kelechi has a question. So I'll be unmuting Kelechi. Kelechi, you have to unmute yourself to speak.
All right. The attendance sheet for today is live. Please, everyone, sign the attendance. Okay. Last time I had a couple of people who missed it, so everyone, make sure you sign the attendance before the end of the class. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Isaac. Kelechi, I've unmuted you, so you can unmute yourself and ask the question. That's if you still have the question. All right, moving on then. Easy Trend, I see your hand is up. Do you still have your question? And does anyone have any other question for George?
Kelechi is saying he can't unmute, so I don't know.
Kelechi is probably on network. I've actually unmuted you.
Just worked now.
Awesome.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening,
Okay,
Kelechi.
thank you to the
Yeah, sorry to cut you. About me, one fear I have here is that once Pi drop on OKX, it might dump. That's just my fear. And because now you can easily sell Pi for like a good sum. So once it launch on OKX, I'm like, won't this thing dump? So that's just like the fear that I have. So for Ikechukwu, I'm actually I'm also kind of in support of that dumping. So that's just my perspective. So I'm still thinking about if selling or stuff will be okay. But yeah. So Kelechi can go on. Sorry about that. I
Thank you
just
so
needed
much.
to
Thank you
address
for that,
it.
George. Thank you for that. Kelechi, I've unmuted you. You can unmute yourself. Is it trend? You go after Kelechi.
Okay. Please, I just want to ask what factors will determine the real value or the real world value of a utility token, like the factors that determines the value of a utility token. Then secondly, second question will be, how does the economics of a project impact the long term of a utility token also? So the first one is like the factor that determine the real value. The other one, the economics. Thank you.
All right. So addressing your first question, I would just say it's majorly the use case of that token. So say for example, let's use Binance for example. So I mean Binance have like millions and millions and millions of users. Yeah, millions and millions of users. And most of, I'll not say most, but a lot of Binance users hold their BNB utility token because of some certain things you can do with it on the Binance platform. So imagine a lot of people are trading with that utility token, buying it, performing one transaction or the other within Binance ecosystem. So it has use case, like millions of users are using that thing. So if you want to buy into, or let's say you want to buy a utility token, you should just think, okay, this, some of the use cases of this utility token, is this something that a lot of people will use, or is it something that will benefit a lot of people? So you just have to think about that. So, okay, I mean, you can do this thing with this utility token, you can do that with this utility token. Is it something that a lot of people will use, or is it something that a lot of people are already using? So now, if it's Binance now, I can go and buy their token because I believe that a lot of people are using it. But I mean, this is non-financial advice or whatever. Like I'm just saying, yeah. I can just purchase by that token because I feel a lot of people are using that token. So for me to just answer that question, it will just be majorly this utility that they are offering. What are a lot of people going to use it? If it's a new project and you are being futuristic, is it something that you see a lot of people will be using? And if it's an already existing project, you just do your research and find out, okay, this utility token are a lot of people already what this utility token is offering. Are a lot of people already using that, or is just all this talk? Because most projects, especially NFT projects, you see them, they'll say, if you do this, you get this, their utility will get this, and most of those things are even nobody cares about them, so it doesn't give like real value, yeah, and the likes. So to your next question, I mean, these days people even rarely read tokenomics. Honestly speaking, people rarely read tokenomics. So, but it's always nice to read the tokenomics of a project so that you know how much is being allocated to marketing, how much is being allocated back to the community, and how much is being allocated to the team and the likes. Some project, if you see this Trump project, you see that like over, I don't know, this is 70% or 80% is being allocated to the team. So there's nothing like even marketing. So if you haven't using your sense to say, okay, let me do my research and check this Trump, check their let me use and do my research and check Trump and check whatever Trump is doing, the token and the likes. Then you check it and you realize this thing in the tokenomics of the project. It's like a big red flag to buy. But I mean, it's Trump. So everybody just went in. Everybody just went in. Like Phantom even had to update their wallet because of how a lot of people are going in. So these are some of the things that matter in tokenomics, how the tokens are being shared, and then if it's even created by Pump. There's one project called Pump.z.com or whatever, Pump Dump, or I've forgotten the name. But typically,
Fun.
Yes, pumped on phone. So typically people just use that to like create token and just share whatever. So if you go to the tokenomics, you tend to find out where these tokens are even created, or if this particular smart contract or whatever that this token have is sending all the funds that you are buying to a particular address. So there's one stuff I saw on Twitter that a particular project, all the transaction, whatever that people were doing, it was going to a particular wallet. So most of the time you will find all these things in the tokenomics, but most of the time people don't even read and people don't even understand tokenomics. I mean, I go and start reading 50 pages of inquiry or 50 pages of unnecessary this thing. So people don't tend to, and you know how Bitcoin is, how the crypto ecosystem is very fast. So I mean, imagine Trump just launched, guy, everybody's just wanting to buy. Is it you that will go and start doing where is the Trump white paper? Or Davido launched his token. I remember when Davido launched his token, a lot of people were just buying. I mean, it's Davido and all. Do we even run, say, let me check his ecosystem, let me check the community, let me check the people in charge of the product and the likes. So, yeah, that's just it. I hope I answered the question.
Sorry, George. Thank you for that question. So I think easy trend. We're just going to take the three questions that is remaining, which is easy trend, Farida, and Ajavi. So easy trend, I'll be unmuting you now so you can ask your question.
Okay. Jim, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Jim, you're audible, easy trend.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for coming late. Well, when I joined the call, so I saw the presentation about the altcoin, meme coin, utility, different kind of coins, right? So I just want to know the difference between meme coin and the altcoin, because sometimes I get confused about what is altcoin, what is meme coin. I look them as the same thing at times. But though I know that meme coin, I just pump and dump, pump and dump, pump and dump. But I just want to know the similar, like the similarity, the differences in them. Thank you.
All right. So, in a way, since meme coin is not Bitcoin, it can still be put under the bracket of alternative coin. So altcoin is just basically any cryptocurrency that is not Bitcoin, yeah. But there is a very big differentiation here, majorly because meme coin is majorly for just fun. Most of meme coins are just created for fun, to just celebrate a particular thing and the like. So you can just see someone just come, just create anything, leg token, eyes token, teeth token. I want to bat anything, yeah. But I mean, when people started going deeper, they had to now break that out from even meme coins and say, okay, these are now shit coins, yeah. But meme coins basically are just if you want to explain it in the particular terms and terminology, meme coins are just, like, say, created for fun. So I mean, we know what memes are, and the likes. We know what memes are. We know, if we go to YouTube, we go to Twitter, and you see a lot of people creating memes. So basically, that's just it. So cryptocurrency created basically just for fun and just to celebrate a particular meme or whatever. So I think that's just the differentiation of them, but it can still be categorized under alternative coins. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, George. Then Farida, I'll be unmuting you next so you can ask your question. I think after yours, then we'll take that of V, and then we end the lecture there. For those that have not signed the attendance yet, please make sure to do so. As we shared with you guys, is going to be part of what is going to qualify those that will be getting the certificate at the end of the course. That plus the quiz and some other things we're going to use to measure the person's activity within the course. Right? It's not just to give the certificates. We want to make sure that you guys were active participants in the course and you guys actually learned. So yeah, if you've not signed the attendance, please make sure to do so. Isaac, please share it again so anyone who don't have access to it can do so. So Farid, I'm unmuting you now. You can go ahead and ask your question.
GM, I hope you people can hear me. Am I
Yes,
audible?
Farida. Yes, you're
Oh,
audible, Farida. Welcome.
thank you. My question is about this send token. I don't know if you've heard about it. I don't know when. I think it came in last year. The send token. Is it wise for somebody that is new to this crypto, this Web3, to invest in it?
Send tokens.
Yes, send app is with the slash. You just use your send tag.
Send tokens. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that, but if you want to buy into any cryptocurrency, you just need to do your research. So basically what you just need to check is who are the founders of this project, like the teammates. Do they have like a community that are backing this project? Basically, you can also check what I told you guys, the market cap. Check probably people backing the crypto and the like. So these are just majorly what you check. Check their social media page. Just understand more about. If you have more time, you can just look at their white paper to understand if what they are even doing has like potential use case for the future, and you can just check all these things. So it tends to reduce the scam you buy, even if it might not really grow as fast as you might wish. But doing all this research just helps you to stay aligned and reduces the kind of scam you jump into. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's just it.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So the last
Yeah,
question.
it's very crucial that you do your research. So, Javi, I will be unmuting you now. So feel free to ask your question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. George, for the class. It was very informative. So my question is, I have two-part questions. You sort of answered one of them, but I still want to go ahead and ask for more clarification. So the first question I had was, when talking about most of these tokens and altcoins, I want a direct correlation, so to say, between these altcoins and tokens with the whole airdrop and whatever around it, especially because of what happened with these hamster people. And then the next question was, I've heard market cap.
I didn't really get your first question though.
I said what I want to know is if you can directly relate these altcoins or meme coins with airdrops, like how they are correlated. I want to know exactly how they work, right? And then the second part of the question is how you mentioned tokenomics, and then in the previous question you just answered, you talked about looking for a community of a coin who is backing, who is not backing. I mean, you even mentioned one of the video that fell through. So my question really is, how do what are some of the metrics you can use, and most importantly, where can you get this information on a coin that just comes out, whether they are going to do well or not, and if you should invest your time and money on it or not? I think that's basically my question. Thank you.
All right. So just to start from the bottom, um, You can find all these things in their white paper. So if you go to the website, typically cryptocurrency token will definitely have a white paper. So all this information will be in their white paper. They'll tell you who's backing it, who is not, stuff like that. And then you can also find this information on their website. So if you go to their website, normally you see the team member there. You can click on the team member. Sometimes it takes you to their LinkedIn page. Sometimes it doesn't take you anywhere. So you can just find the name, click it on Google and look at them more. Know, okay, what product have they even built? It's just you doing more of your research around these things. So then you can also check the tokenomics. And by checking community, just literally joining their Telegram to find, okay, how many community members do they have on Telegram? How many community members do they have on Twitter and the like? Just checking all these things. Then probably maybe if they have any other platform or whatever, you can also do your research to find out, okay, how many users do they even have on this place as well, and do you think these people have been using these things? If you go to Google to search, you see most of this information there. So coming to your first question about airdrop. So airdrop typically just means like awarding like users for engagement, particular thing that they do basically. So a company or a cryptocurrency can just come and say, okay, if you perform this particular stuff, we'll give you an airdrop. So it's just like awarding engagement. Yeah. So the companies typically use these things to create more awareness for their products. So talking about hamster and all these things, yeah, I don't even know if I will refer them as a meme coin. Yeah. So talking about hamsters and all these things, uh, they create they created a kind of cryptocurrency, yeah, and then they typically use like airdrops to promote their product. So one thing that that they have understood is that in the crypto space, majorly a lot of people are looking for ways to like generate revenue. So they can also use that system to promote themselves. So if they come, probably do like tap, 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 and you win this thing. A lot of people are not tapping, and then in the end, you win this thing. So airdrop is just like a cryptocurrency coming to um, award individuals for engagement, performing particular actions within their ecosystem and the likes. So that's majorly it. So I don't know if there's any. I think there was something. Did you have like a second question?
Well, I think you answered. I think you've done a good job. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay then. Thank you. So I think that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, go on, George. Go on, George.
Yeah. So thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I really enjoyed the class today. Really enjoyed uh a lot of your questions and the like. So probably maybe if you're interested in reaching out to me, you can just hit me on LinkedIn, Izudeka, Ikechukwu Izudeka George. You can just hit me on LinkedIn and the likes. And yeah, you can keep tabs with Quidax and Techie Jones as well. You can check us out on Google. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time. And thank you, David and the Candleweb team for having me here. This call want to kill me.
So sorry, man. Yeah, it's an honor having you here. Yeah, as George mentioned, he works with Kudax. So in case you guys don't know, Kudax is one of the big exchanges here in Nigeria. Um, they have um, they have approval from SEC to operate as an exchange and all of that. So um, you can easily buy your cryptocurrencies from there and all of that. And yes, they have a great Telegram community as well. So you can look that up and also follow George. If you interacted with our post on LinkedIn, which is in the attendance sheet, you'll see that we shared um, George's profile on LinkedIn. He's very active on LinkedIn. So be sure to follow him. And if you have any questions or any follow-up, whatever with him, you can be sure to hit him up. So I've shared the attendance sheet again. Please, guys, you guys should fill out the form. For those of you on Twitter, please interact with the post on Twitter. Those on LinkedIn, be sure to do that. If you're on both of them, yeah, be sure to do that as well. This will help us get more people to be aware of this course, as we're going to have another cohort after this one. So that more people can be aware and then join and also learn as you're doing so right now. So yeah, thank you for interacting with the post. Usman, I see your hands are up. I don't know if you have a question or something. But Isaac, please unmute Usman. Let's see if he has a question. So for those that have not interacted with the form, who have not liked, shared, and all of that on LinkedIn or Twitter, please do so so others can be aware of what we're offering. Isaac, please unmute Usman.
All right, good day,
Yeah.
Oh
everyone.
yeah, Usman can speak now.
It's good evening,
Yeah,
everyone.
good evening. Yeah, good evening, Usman.
Good
How you
evening,
doing?
Usman.
I'm doing good. How everybody doing?
Great,
My question
great,
is
man.
Yeah,
that
doing fine.
the marking of attendance, if I just mark only on the Twitter, is it okay, or I have to mark on the LinkedIn?
No, the attendance, right, is kind of it's just you filling the attendance form. The reason why we added the posts
Hello?
to the yes, can you hear me, Usman?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yes. So the reason why we added the link to the Twitter post and the LinkedIn post is for us to be able to get you guys' opinion on first what you think about the course and how we can improve it. And then you also interacting with the post on LinkedIn or on Twitter helps us to get more people to be aware of this course. Because after you guys set, we're going to still take more students and still teach them. And then there's still going to be an advanced version of this course, which is going to be for you guys that will be graduating from this course. So that's the usefulness of that.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right. You're welcome, Usman.
All right then. All right. Okay. Ramachan, we have one more hand up. Yeah, Ramachan, you can mute yourself. Yeah, your hand was up, so I believe you have a question. Ramachan, you are unmuted. You can ask your question. If there's no question, then we'll be ending the meeting. All right, then. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the class, and I hope everyone have signed their attendance. I'll be leaving this meeting open for the next 5 minutes, so anybody that have not signed their attendance can sign in. The last time, a few people were unable to sign their attendance, so I'll be unmuting everyone. You can unmute yourselves, and for the next 5 minutes, the meeting will be open, so you can sign your attendance, and then I'll end the class at exactly 4 minutes past 8. 14 minutes past 8. Okay, Jamila, you said you can't mark your attendance. Is there any reason for that? Okay, what's the issue, Jamila?
Now, local government.
What's the issue you have, Jamila?
Easy Trend, please, can you mute yourself? I think that sound is coming from Easy Trend. Isaac, can you mute every other person?
I've muted him.
Yeah, good night, Israel.
Yeah, thanks, thanks, Samson. Thanks, Israel Samson. Papa David.
Uh,
Israel, character. Okay, Jamila, I
yeah,
think it's your network. It
yeah, it's
cannot
most
be
likely your
reached.
network. I think,
Yeah,
Jamila, what
you
you
should
should
try.
do, yeah, just copy the form link. Yeah, copy the form link and then try it again after this lecture is done. Probably it's your network that is having issues.
Yeah,
So
Ramachan,
yeah,
you said you have a question. You can unmute yourself, Ramachan, and ask your question. Even though the class is done, you can unmute yourself.
right. Ramachan, can you speak now?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I wanted to
Awesome, awesome.
ask. Yes, I wanted to ask why were like the crypto coins dumping, and again, what are the risks again of doing involving yourself in cryptocurrency? Sorry, I'm actually new to the whole thing.
Oh, okay, no problem. That's a good question. All right, so firstly, let me start with the question of why are they dumping, right? So, firstly, so there are different things that affect the price of a cryptocurrency, right? Which you have things around fundamentals, which most people call it fundamental analysis. You have sentimental analysis and then the technical aspect of it. Now, the fundamental aspect of it is kind of what is affecting it. So I don't know if you are aware of the many trade wars that the US have gotten themselves involved in, the whole race for who's going to build a better AI system between them and China, and a lot of this stuff. So there is a lot of panic, right, in different parts of the world, right? In the US, I mean, you have the war in Ukraine and all of that. So a lot of people are kind of panicking, right? And they don't know if they should hold their money in regular fiat currencies like the US dollar. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about financial crash coming and all of that, and inflation going to an all-time high. So a lot of people are kind of worried about that, right? So they are kind of panic selling. Some people are just manipulating the market and all of that. But then going back to whether crypto is worth investing in, actually it is worth investing in, to be very honest with you. The only thing is when you're going into crypto, right, you have to understand risk and risk management, right? So one particular advice you will hear in crypto space, especially when you are new, is invest what you can afford to lose. I mean, even 5,000 naira, nobody wants to lose 5,000 naira, right? But the thing is, um, the idea of risking what you can afford to lose is putting in an amount that you know that if anything should happen, right, you wouldn't be left hanging and all of that. And then again, another thing depends on the kind of assets you invest in, right? So if you've been following the class, a lot of people have talked about meme coins and all of that. So meme coins are highly volatile because of the fact that they don't really have any intrinsic value to them, right? But when you have other utility tokens, let's say you have things like BTC, you have Ethereum, Solana, those ones to a degree are a lot more stable. But even when you're going to be doing that, you still need to have your risk management in place, which is why at Candleweb, we built our platform in a way that it can help people like yourself who don't really understand how the market work, where we have our AI system that can help you automatically manage your funds, manage your risk, and all of that, and you don't have to bother about that, right? But all in all, crypto is what I have invested in, to be honest. I know a lot of people that have made a good amount of money from it, including myself. So yeah, it's really, really worth investing in. So I don't know if I answered your question, Ramachan. All right, all right. So I'll take that as a yes. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us in today's lectures. Please, for those who their network is bad and they can't fill out the form and interact and all of that, please copy the link, and then you can still try to fill up the attendance after this. I think we'll leave the attendance sheet open between now and 8:30. So thank you everyone for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend, and yeah, happy Valentine's all of you. Love you guys. Enjoy your day.
All right, take care, everybody. Have a good night. Yeah, Sufyan, I'd love to hear a story someday soon. Take care, everyone. Good night. Yeah, Ramachan, you're welcome. Good night, Joseph Helablati. I see you.